Hey y'all, it's Kim again. So I was reading the article from Newsweek about Jeffrey Epstein, but it was from like a 2006 grand jury uh, file release, which I'm going to get into that. I've got it over here, but it's going to take a little bit of time. So anyway, so it says this happened to pop up on the same website, so I just figure I'll go through it because she should be under scrutiny. But Pam Bondi under scrutiny over Jeffrey Epstein client list revelation. It says this is from Khalida Rahman, national correspondent. Anyway, Attorney General Pam Bondi is facing scrutiny after a memo from the Department of Justice said there was no evidence that the late convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein kept a client list or was murdered. The memo, first reported by Axios, said investigators found no incriminating client lists and no credible evidence that Epstein blackmailed prominent individuals. It also said video footage from the Manhattan jail where Epstein was being held when he died supported a medical examiner's finding that he had died by suicide. Newsweek contacted the DOJ for comment via a contact form on its website outside regular business hours. The context rumors about Epstein's alleged client list have spiraled since the disgraced financier died while awaiting trial on sex trafficking charges in 2019, with some believing it would implicate high profile names in sex crimes. In a since deleted social media post, billionaire Elon Musk said without evidence during his acrimonious fallout with President Donald Trump last month that the Epstein files had been released or had not been released because Trump was featured in them. The president was dismissed or has dismissed the claim, saying he had nothing to do with it. And you know damn well they would have already released it if his ass was in there. This is what to know. According to the memo, no further charges are expected in connection with the review. We did not uncover evidence that could predicate an investigation against uncharged third parties, the memo said. Let's see. It also said the DOJ and the Federal Bureau of Investigation's review of records found that much of it was subject to court ordered sealing and that only a fraction would have been aired publicly and Epstein gone to trial or had gone to trial, as the seals served only to protect victims and did not expose any additional third party to allegations of illegal wrongdoing. And I have a video of that if you want to go back to the Epstein files. Anyway, through this review, we found no basis to revisit the disclosure of those materials and will not permit the release of child pornography, the memo continued. Nobody wants that. We just want to know who the damn adults were that were involved. Explaining the decision not to release further records, the memo said one of the government's highest priorities is combating child exploitation and bringing justice to victims. You're not doing that if you're letting these people go. Anyway, it added, perpetuating unfounded theories about Epstein serves neither of those ends. The details in the memo have prompted questions, including from Trump supporters, about Bondi's past comments about Epstein's alleged client list. In February, Bondi said on Fox News that an alleged client list was sitting on her desk and would soon be released. The Justice Department then distributed binders marked class or declassified to far-right influencers at the White House, but it quickly became clear that much of the information had long been in the public domain and redacted, just so that debacle angered conservatives and failed to tamp down conspiracy theories about Epstein's case. Later, Bondi says she had been made aware of the existence of thousands of pages. And remember, there was a truck she supposedly had pulled up at the DOJ or whatever, wherever it was at, and it was supposed to have stacks and stacks of box, almost like what you imagine the JFK files would look like. That should have been what we were given, but I guess that's not how this works. Previously undisclosed documents, adding that she had ordered the FBI to provide the full and complete Epstein files, including any videos. She said in May that the FBI was reviewing tens of thousands of videos of Epstein with children or child porn. Bondi's comments and the delay in releasing the next batch of documents have tapped into suspicions that damaging details about Epstein or other prominent figures remain hidden. The Associated Press reported on July 1st that it had spoken with lawyers and law enforcement officials in the criminal cases of Epstein and his former girlfriend named Maxwell, who was convicted on sex trafficking charges after helping Epstein abuse underage girls. The officials said they hadn't seen and didn't know of a trove of records like what Bondi described. What people are saying, conservative activist Robbie Starbuck wrote on X, formerly Twitter, Pam Bondi said the Epstein list was on her desk to review for release to the public just a few months ago. Now the DOJ she leads claims that there's no Epstein client list. Sorry, but this is unacceptable. Was she lying then or is she lying now? We deserve answers. The anonymous X account, Cat Turd, told its 3.7 million followers. So all the girls who have testified about being raped on Epstein's island were lying, and Ghislaine Maxwell is in prison for being the madam for nobody. Please tell this is fake news. Savannah Hernandez, a Turning Point USA contributor, wrote it on X. Why did Pam Bondi get in front of the entire nation and say she had an Epstein client list on her desk? She should step down as Attorney General for lying to the American people or the public. Republicans against Trump account wrote on X, Attorney General Pam Bondi in February, Jeffrey Epstein's client list is sitting on my desk right now to review. Today, Axios reports the DOJ concluded Epstein didn't keep a client list. So was she reviewing imaginary files? President Donald Trump, commenting on Elon Musk's claim, told NBC News in June that's called old news. That's been old news. That has been talked about for years. Even Epstein's lawyer said I had nothing to do with it. It's old news. And what happens next? The memo said that there's no further disclosure of records related to Epstein would be appropriate or warranted. Mostly fair, left leaning. Yeah. But anyway, like I said, if Trump was on that list, boy, they would already had that crap all plastered every damn where. They would already been throwing him in jail and stuff. He would have never gotten elected. So that's why I don't believe Trump was on there at all. But anyway, y'all guess let me know in the comments what y'all think about it. Anyway, talk to y'all later. Have a good day.